finna take y'all to the early 2000s show. That's what we're gonna call this session tonight. You know, in the early 2000s, this how you would greet it on somebody's voicemail. You did. It'd be like, yeah, it's your boy Chris. My bad. Sorry I can't answer the phone right now, but latest fuck with a real one. You know what it is. Don't be dumb. And then after you make your message, you put your phone to the song like this. And then you hear that boop, and they leave that message. You feel me? And how them babies going crazy like, oh, I love your voicemail, Chris. You're so sexy. You got the poetry and the slow song. Man. That type energy, you feel me? It's a beautiful life. So since it's a grown man show, I decided, and it's a grown-up show, I'm giving out advice. So anybody coming in this room tonight, I'm making it engagement. You don't seek to engage, you will not get engaged. You are wasting your time, not mine, because I'm already doing what I need or want to be doing. So I decided to do this one in the dark because I was like, why do motherfuckers want to come in the room and look at my face? I'm a handsome guy. I don't want to be looked at by a stranger. It's kind of weird. You know, when somebody interactive and they say, hey, hi, nice to meet you, and make it more easy to conversate. But when they all in the room with you for 20 minutes, ain't liking your shit, I can't help but say to myself, why don't, listen, let me tell you something. Only two people will look at a person for, and this is a grown-up show, so I ain't gonna go that avenue. I'm gonna stay focused tonight and take my time talking and not be a fast talker. But only kind of two people will look at a person on their live for 10 minutes and not like it. The first is an obvious stalker, right? Criminality at its finest. Crazy stalker would watch somebody live for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and not comment, like. That's stalker behavior. And the other type of person that'll watch your live and not comment or like, but watch your shit for a long time is law enforcement. Them the two entities that will watch your shit. So you must always be mindful what's on the other end of the phone. So that's why I got the lights dark, because I get tired of you nosy motherfuckers coming to try to stalk how my background look, what I got going on. I'm here to conversate, and that's why I got the lights low. Are you crippin'? I don't gang bang, my brother. Let me just cut this music off, because now I'm getting the interactions. That's what I want. This is a dating show. I'm here to give love advice. No, I'm not crippin'. Would I give a crip advice about love? Yes, I would give a crip advice about love. Let your lady wear red. Let your lady wear pink. Let your lady wear whatever she desires, and don't bring none of that gang banging foolishness to her. You hear me? Can hear me clear on this. That woman has a father. She's going against her whole family because you're a known gang banger. They know she can get hit up while she in the car with you. That shit happen every day. Bitches be getting hit up and my baby gone. Your baby chasing that no good ass nigga. It's for that no good ass nigga to let her know, hey, I'm a no good ass nigga that can get you killed. But since you got a family I respect, let me not put you in these situations. So to answer your question, no, I'm not cripping, and that's my dating advice I would give. Any other questions from the 7 cops or nosy motherfuckers who ain't like my shit yet? Cause this how we doing it from now on. I like my shit in the dark. You bitches ain't gotta see my face. That's why I got a page for. Go look at my shorts and my videos and all that. But we get, anybody need some dating advice? Free LA. How I feel about what's going on in LA, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. So my name Game Castro. It's simple. The name's just symbolic for Castro is my idol, and I love what he did with Cuba and his country. You feel me? I give a fuck what a bitch who don't know about Castro feel about me feeling about how I feel about Castro. Having said that, I'm a all the way Afro Black American 11th generation. You feel me? Never been out the country. I don't give a fuck about no Chico getting arrested, bitch. I'm gonna be honest with you. Cause I ain't now one on had our fucking back when we was getting our ass shot up. By matter of fact, a lot of them was trying to play like they were white. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose you bitches, but I'm gonna keep it 1K. Motherfucking niggas be trying to save everybody except for their motherfucking self. This is some shit we sit out. We stay out the way on this one. We say, oh shit. I remember when my brother first moved to Arizona. He said, this shit different, nigga. I said, what you mean? He said, they don't be on niggas' ass like they be on niggas in Florida. They be on the Chicos. I said, oh shit. Everybody like to stay on our ass so fucking much. Let me see, hold on. It say, remember, they lost their mind over us kneeling. Everybody, listen. One thing about it, listen, this shit is so unfair when you black, because everybody come to this country and say, fuck y'all black history. What about my history? I'm here now. They stuck right over us like we ain't been in this bitch, and contributors and foundational people. And it's so crazy because you don't have to be. I don't even like the word when people. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm simply say that, bro. This shit ain't got nothing to do with me, bitch. I'm a black American wanting my reparations. You feel me? We ain't got reparations yet, but we trying to ask for motherfuckers to be here who don't give a fuck about what going on in our daily lives and shit. They have this. Let me tell you something. One thing about America. First of all, I love this country. I love I'm here. I'm here. I was born here, never been nowhere else. I ain't got no choice but to love this motherfucker. We married forever, for life. But with that said though, America is a place that makes motherfuckers pick sides. It don't let you stay neutral. You don't get to come to America and never heard about slavery and never heard about lynching and never knew the history that blacks went through in this motherfucker. Then get here and put your foot on our throat because the white man said, hey, nigga, you got to pick a side. And all of a sudden you chose his side because that was the more favorable, obvious side to choose. It was the easier side to choose. You think niggas get a choice when they wake up in the morning? Man, I don't want to be black today, bitch. Niggas try not to be black. Free speech though, so I'm happy for them in LA. Oh no, 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 no. Most definitely. Listen, LA is let's be honest. LA is Mexico. California is Mexico. New Mexico is Mexico. Arizona is Mexico. Texas is Mexico. That whole any motherfucker that know anything about geography know that whole. But the reality of it is, them bitches succeeded that in war. And this whole country is stolen, but we done been living and thriving in the stolen motherfucker. So it ain't no use of using that as an argument. But one thing I do know is it's literally San Diego right there by Veracruz, if I'm not mistaken, or whatever. Y'all correct me what city is right next to in Mexico, but it's right there, Tijuana or whatever. So my whole point is, dog, I'm cool with them standing up and them being like lone Californians. One thing about them Californians are Mexicans in California. They different from any Mexican in the country. They different from Mexicans in Mexico. The motherfuckers grow bigger. They more violent. I ain't saying they all violent. I'm saying they more organized. They prone to kick ass if they want to kick some ass. You feel me? They not gonna go down like no poppies and be having their hands up in the air, because motherfuckers who do that is motherfuckers who feel like they don't belong because they just got here. The motherfuckers in California, we talking about families that been there longer than goddamn America been in existence. So you now all of a sudden telling me because my uncle who haven't been here, and I get they position, but I also get my position. My position is quite simple. Nobody give a fuck about niggas except niggas. So I don't give a fuck about nothing that's going on outside. I'm actually, well, first of all, I voted for Trump. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Then the second, and then when I voted for him, it was a mixed feeling that I had, because the mixed feeling is, bitch, my greatest homeboys was Chicos, you feel me? Like real deal Chicos, Venezuelans and shit, you feel me? But at the end of the fuck day, and them niggas, one thing about it, my partner, any nigga that ever called me they homeboy, I called them mine, they know my opinion and my position. You feel me? And whether they got offended or not, they knew my opinion and position. So my homeboys wouldn't be surprised by the shit coming out my mouth. So I say that to say, I got love for Chico. I got that and love the music, love the culture and all that. But reality is reality. And reality is, I grew up in South Florida where Chicos will call you a nigga faster than any fucking white man you ever met in your fucking life. And if you went to Miami and you met them fucking throwback Cubans, the racist cracker, well, I got that shit on my shorts. Anybody, but people don't read just like they don't look through old videos. They only look at what you posted recently. Bitch, go through my old videos. I'm celebrating Castro being the first person to meet with Malcolm X when U.S. presidents went and meet with Malcolm X. Like, if I needed no other reason to like Fidel Castro other than the fact that no fucking POTUS would even meet with the biggest leader of his time, and yet you got a Cuban leader meeting with him, that shit was more than enough for him to be my hero. And then if you find out the story, The fucking Castro was fucking Trump. He was Trump before Trump. He came in under nationalism. Do you know a Democrat was in office named Batista? He was selling the whole fucking country away. He came in with a Trump message. Hey man, our country is getting sold the fucking way. Outside interest. It was the same fucking message. Y'all, if man, let me not go down that rabbit hole either, but I'm gonna just simply say, you know what I'm saying? So I do got oh my bad, brother saying free speech though, so I'm happy for them LA, whatever. History is crazy. I just want free tacos and soups and shit. Hey fam. Hey. You know the crazy part? So I was working at a Mexican restaurant, 2020, I don't know, toward the end of the last whatever. It's a fancy Mexican restaurant in Boca Raton, Florida, one of the richest zip codes in America, top 5 richest zip code in America. And fucking you will be so fucking. I said to myself, it's gonna be hard as fuck for him to enact this whatever because these chicos so fucking rich. Niggas think I ain't talking about $100,000 rich. I'm talking about they can spend that on a fucking party in one night rich. You don't niggas and white people crackers have been behind the 8 ball for so fucking long because of laziness. Crackers been entitled, so they've been lazy, and niggas just got down just was insufferable or intolerable after being denied so long. They grew lazy, or the drugs made them lazy, or selling it or either using it. So Americans got lazy. Chicos came with the skills. They didn't do all the rules that we did. Like we trying to do now, start vocational schools for the high school kids. They been on that shit. It wasn't no legit program. You just went to work. I remember meeting a kid on an American job site when he was 13. He was a better carpenter than niggas I done met today. So my whole point is these motherfuckers was doing the fucking shit that niggas did not want to learn. Crackers knew it how to do it, but they grew old and they didn't teach their kids because their kids was made off of the money that the parents had fucking made. So meanwhile, these chicos say, okay, bitch, we gonna go out, we gonna not speak no Spanish in public. We gonna look just like these crackers because white people love to be so simple sometimes to where they base it simply on looks and merit as merit. So if I look like this cracker and I identify as Caucasian just off skin tone and the way I look, and I don't speak Spanish in public, bitch, I could identify and blend in and move up and learn. Okay, this is the business. Let me tell you some shit I learned from a redneck long time ago, and I'm talking fast. I said this, I wasn't gonna talk fast tonight. A redneck said the most offensive shit to me, but it was like an underhanded compliment. I worked at an insulation company that installs insulation, like soundproofing to keep you from getting hot, cold, that all that. So point is, he said, man, listen, I only hire blacks and white guys. I don't hire those goddamn. He'll call them. I ain't gonna say the word, but you know the word. I said, why not? He said, cause the motherfuckers too smart. They come in and they take your company. I said, oh shit, disrespectful. You saying a nigga can't threaten to take your company? He basically explained it as a nigga learn everything up under that company, how to run that shit better than you, but don't have the wherewithal or either the drive to start it himself. And the white man is so fucking like he's so loyal. He don't want to step on your toes and no shady. Not to say that he wouldn't, because I'm pretty sure all races and ethnicities do that. But he was saying his trust lies more with a white man, and his trust lies with a nigga off of incompetency rather than just actual trust. And his trust wasn't nowhere in Spanish people because of the competency to do it and the lack of the fact that he don't know the language barrier and all that, etc., etc. So I say this. He basically was giving me a microcosm of how white men like Trump and other white elite men, not even just whites, this was blacks, including myself, was starting to feel, but it was more so of, damn, these motherfuckers taking over. And now you got to see where you fit in. You feel me? And so it's like, that's what this is about. This is a fight for the top. Niggas ain't got shit to do with it because we already been passed. In the beginning of all this shit, I was thinking that Spanish people about to pass black people. And then I realized, bitch, they been past us, nigga. Shit, we at the bottom, nigga. This is a fight between whites and Hispanics. Hispanics was like this bitch getting Democrat favors for forever. Forever. They was saying, I'm Democrat. Get in this motherfucker. Democrats ain't giving niggas shit. They be a Democrat for the first 4-5 years, get their money right, do everything niggas and white men ain't doing. Then they get their money right. I'm a Republican. So it's like Democrat was like the minor leagues for motherfuckers. You want to get started, start her up. Okay, we give you everything that these niggas we not gonna give them. So, and then when they realized, oh shit, that's when this came about. So, and it's supposed to be a night for dating advice, dog. How did I even get to this shit? Oh, somebody got a message say block. Let me see what that bitch say. Fuck LA. Well, shit, they said it, not me. But all in all, though, yeah, man, that's why I'm at with that though. I don't care about the race. I don't care. I'm not gonna say I'm. Listen, I heard Cat Williams say something, but I'm not concerned about that either. Cat Williams, like, black people better be concerned, because when they done with them, they coming for us. But nigga, please, whatever. I think that's a lie, because it's too many mixed kids at this point. You go so many damn places. When I got to Georgia, I did not expect to see this many black people with white people and white people with black people and mixed red bitches and shit. Like, bitches, man, please. There's so many mixed in the bloodline, so mixed. You got redneck crackers that lost they, I ain't gonna say they lost their racism, but they put it aside because they had a black grandbaby. I done seen real videos like that. You feel me? Well, the baby burns that family, you did. So it's gonna be quite hard to do. I think what ain't gonna be hard to do is cause confusion. If he was gonna try to make a play to what he just be on some dictator shit, it wouldn't come in that kind of way. It'll come in a way that galvanizes everybody, and then you fuck everybody up at one time. So, perfect example, March on Wall Street. That galvanized people without the color, because it was about you fucking our money up. So then when the cops came, bitch, they was I seen a priest. I swear to God, that video of them is straight from the internet. A priest, white priest. When you see a white priest get boomed on his head and you the nigga standing behind him, bitch, you better run. So fucking that and then when George Floyd got whacked, and you had all the black and white people out there protesting, and you got the old white man ain't have nothing. It was in Buffalo, New York, or somewhere in New York. He ain't have shit to do with what was going on. Old white guy. Police come through by 40 deep on the sidewalk, slam him on his head, and keep it pushing. Bleeding, leaking on the ground, fam. So I say, God damn, bro. I say, that the old white guy didn't have a chance. Usually, when you want to see if you got a chance on how shit going, I say, hold on, I made racial jokes. Hold on, let me say free speech, so I'm happy for them, LA, whatever. History is crazy. I just want free tacos. That was funny as fuck. I made racial joke, but I'm not on the supremacy shit at all. Latin family units unbreakable. We're beyond replacement. Once again, love to cook saying you did. Mad love. But let me keep it 1,000 with you, my brother. It say Latin family units is unbreakable. I'm not going to dispute that. It says we're beyond. No, I ain't gonna dispute that. I'm gonna put some pushback on that. Latin family units can be broken. They just never been tested. You guys have never seen anyone like Trump. Matter of fact, I'll cut the lights on at this point. I'm gonna break my damn rule. Fucking y'all ain't never seen nobody like Trump. So it's easy to say what can't be broken until it's been tested. Your shit got to get tested first. You feel me? You would be surprised how motherfuckers switch up on each other when they under pressure. If you got this bitch in this room saying we finna send you to El Salvador, and you talking about a Latin family unit is unbreakable, that motherfucker might just break. You say you finna send him to El Salvador and he from goddamn San Juan, bitch, he like, I don't know shit about no, that bitch might just break. You feel me? So you gotta be aware of that. Um, Beyond replacement. I'm gonna say this part. I don't know. I mean, technically America's always been, and I'm giving out love advice. I'm gonna finish this shit up. Why nobody ain't coming in this bitch to get some fucking advice? How a regular conversation. I don't like to talk about controversial shit. That don't work when I talk about it. You feel me? They shadow ban me and keep my shit down in my mind when I talk about country. I just want to talk about some shit where they could be like, you know what? Let that nigga ride tonight, man. Let him flow, man. Don't block that shit, man. Let him through. Let him through. That type shit. So, but I just simply say though, nobody shit ain't y'all ain't been tested for real. You gotta get tested. You gotta it's like if the only way to put your theory to test is for a person Like for instance, Buddy who did that so-called terrorist act recently. They thinking about deporting the family. That's how you test shit out. Like, why would you want to? Well, that's hard because I mean, obviously, if they had the chance, they'll say we ain't got shit to do with his actions. They'll tell you that. You feel me? This is law by the citizens. But once again, dog, everybody can be broken. You'd be surprised the human mind when they want something so bad. And I don't think nothing Americans want more than to be in America. Like you never even thought of that as a option on the table because it shouldn't be an option. It's absolutely insane and illegal. You feel me? And it makes for a good movie for a motherfucker that got deported, started a goddamn army, and came back and went ham. But outside of the movie, just in being on some factual shit, that's just it's something most Americans never had to contend with the thought. But like I said though, I think Black America. I think if you're a Latin American, you should be very concerned with what's going on in the country right now. Shit, if you're a Latin American that served in the military, you might feel betrayed a little bit. You might feel like, damn, bitch, I fought for this shit. And now you motherfuckers talking about my uncle them and this and that. But at the same time, I think it takes a well-rounded individual that look at everything. You look at the economy. Are we talking about people that are this economy funny too, right? Because the rich man get rich no matter who in this bitch. Niggas, crackers, chicos, don't matter. I'm gonna get mine regardless. But the rich man prices is affected by who in this bitch. If I gotta pay niggas, I'm gonna have to pay them more. So that's what I'm saying. This is a weird politics is weird because you got white guys that's gonna come out the woodwork and diss Trump, but they dissing him because he fucking up they seasonal workers. You see how I'm saying? This is a rich man problem. A rich man saying a richer man is making their life hard. Meanwhile, everybody else just trying to scrape for scraps or whatever. So, but I'll be the first to say though, definitely be the, and it's not even a joke. Don't mean to say this in a foul point. This affects me as well because I want projects I got to get done around my house. I don't want to pay no black guy to do my shit. Let me tell you about when it just as far as businesses goes, when you getting something professional service done. If I gotta get a professional service done, I rather a Hispanic male, particularly Mexican. Fuck it, I ain't gonna even say Hispanic. Give me a Mexican 10 times out of 10 if I need to fix some shit around the house and whatever it is, they can do it. They know somebody that can do it or they can do it. And for a reasonable, not hit you in the head price. A nigga gonna give you a cheap price and give you cheap labor most of the time. It's gonna not to say he can't, but most of the time, cheap price, cheap labor. Or a nigga gonna hit you in the head if he actually know what he doing. Cracker, you finna get hit in the head regardless. I can't think of any time I had a white guy do anything for me in life. And I was like, damn, that was cheap. I'm trying to think real quick before I say this shit. Make sure I'm right. And I was like, damn, he saved me a lot of money. I think probably the only time any white guy ever did anything and I thought maybe I saved some money was recently in Georgia when I went to the dentist. Outside of the dentist, and I saved and it's probably was just Georgia prices, but I saved a pretty penny dealing with the dentist. But outside of that, cause I ain't never seen like where I had a service. So I said Mexicans play a crucial role in doing skillful jobs, not just any job. Niggas can do that all day. White men can do that all day. I gotta get this nigga word out of my vocabulary. It's vital to me because I hate when I follow up that by saying white man. That's why I make sure I fucking say cracker. And I don't be wanting to say cracker, but I feel like an idiot if I say nigga and then I say white man. I hate when niggas do that shit. You see niggas do that shit all fucking day on TV. Nigga be smooches. And you just might tell these niggas, yo, put the fucking, they got like little condoms with flavors and they got chopsticks and shit. They hoes, to make like they taste what buds better. nigga, put on some taste bud shits for your lips, all the smooches, you feel me? And it's like niggas would be like all day niggas so freely off the tongue. And then when they gotta say talk about a white person, they say white man, white boy, white dude, white guy. Bitch, they give you every adjective you could think to say a male figure other than cracker. You feel me? And it's like, but so that in itself, and the part that really troubles me with that is, and it's supposed to be about relationship. I'm gonna start to just talk about relationship and invite that energy. But to finish that off is what troubles me is crackers don't like saying crackers. I mean, in my day, you had a few crackers that man, these fuck ass crackers fucking with a nigga. And you'll almost look at the cracker like, but you a cracker. But when you get older and you start to understand, you like, oh, I miss them kind of crackers, bitch. Somebody with acknowledgement to understand that this is a two-way street. You don't get to just say nigga freely. You don't get to just know the lyrics to all these. That one thing about these crackers, they act so appalled. Like, oh man, he says crackers a lot. Like, for instance, let's just say it was a Zach looking at me right now. He'll say, damn, he say crackers so much, he might be a risk. You know, he might say that because he's aware psychologically that white people say niggas so fucking much and don't want to be called cracker at all. They're not used to it. They're not accustomed to it. They would lose. They look perplexed if you tell them that shit. They're confused. Well, gee golly, like I'll never forget this cracker from I don't know what part of New York you're from. I want to say Brooklyn. Cracker approached me and the cracker said, "Hey yo, G, my homie, man, what's up, nigga?" I'm talking about if I had closed my eyes, I would have thought he was a lame old nigga from New York. But the reality is, he's a short, overconfident ass cracker coming up to me talking about what's up, nigga. This in Pompano, Lighthouse Point. So motherfucking bitch, I'm so swift with it. I stand my hand and like to shake his hand. I said, "What's up, cracker?" And he once again I go that perplex look. I'm big into social being social. I'm a social bug. You feel me? So it's like, and I went to a 80% white school for my early schooling. So I think that really shaped my life for the better because I was able to get comfortable being around white people. I think until you comfortable being around them, like I couldn't imagine how Africans are when they first get to America, or how people from predominantly black countries are when they first get to America. Well, first of all, to have been born in a predominantly black country got to be the most beautiful thing ever. To see black faces every day for the first 20, 30, 10 years, it's got to be amazing. But having said that, when you're not accustomed to growing, one thing I'll say, I'll be the first to say this. I got my schooling done early amongst white kids, but I wasn't affluent in the sense of carrying myself like their demeanor was, because I didn't go home to white people in my neighborhood. I went home to the ghetto. We were in almost like an experiment that was outsourced because that white school did not have enough kids that went there. So they said, well, let's grab a couple niggas from the hood that'd be happy to go there. And I got the best education I got ever going to that little school. So, but I say that to say I went back home to the hood. So my friends I played with was from the hood. My experiences that I went through in life was from the hood. So forever it'll be a part of me to speak in the manner in which I speak, where there be a lot of profane sometimes, or where they be passionate, or where they be hand gestures as I talk. That's all things that's learned in the hood. But I say that, yeah, I just wanted to make that point though. I get so agitated by these people who are in the media or in the that we look at as idols or celebrities, and they scared to say cracker. Only famous person I know say cracker freely is Kodak. I can't even. That's so sad that I can't just give you five guys that I know said cracker. I know Plies was the first to say it. Put sad cracker, give a nigga 100 years. How your mama walking out the courtroom with tears. That song I heard that I was coming from Publix. I was 19 years old, or 20. No, I was 19 years old, and I'm catching the bus, and I heard the song. The song just had me in tears, and I was just fucked up by it the whole time. But I was like, this Plaza's the first rapper I remember ever saying the word cracker. And I love Pop to death. Let me try to think. I don't even think Pop ever said crackers. He said a whole bunch of shit about polices and this and that and this. But that's what I'm saying. These niggas almost know what line to walk. And these niggas is a threat to black people. They're a threat to black people more than white people because I always said white people safe in the hood. Listen, for the sake of argument of what I'm saying, a cracker safe in the hood. A cracker can walk down the roughest, toughest neighborhood for a black guy. And niggas would be scared to fuck with him because they gonna be like, oh, he the police. Why would he be walking? Like, niggas is so skeptical to do anything fucked up to a white guy. They give themselves every reason to not do it. But with a nigga, it's on go, no double thinking, no double thought about the shit. It's on go. And it's almost go back to the slavery days where a nigga know if I do something to this cracker, them cracker gonna chastise me. So it's just like, yo, brother. And if you want real equality in America, I'm talking about across the board equality, you have to show that you equal. You cannot be. I used to be the type of person, I don't remember who broke me out of this shit, but I always spoke very well. But I was the type that when white people was around, my what is the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say my octaves, octaves, I believe is how you spell it, would increase higher pitched voice. Well, and I don't know who I was around, but I was around somebody that never changed. They demeanor was ghetto all the fucking time, never changed. And when we got around white people, I felt like I was way more ghetto than a nigga, way more pro black, most definitely. That wasn't even nothing. No, I had to question. But due to my inner fuck nigga or my inner submissiveness or my inner uh inferiority, I felt like I had to accommodate and make this person feel comfortable with me rather than them adjusting me. Knowing, and I had learned from being around this person, I wish I could think of who it was. The more I was around this person, I realized, damn, every white person we go around, they adjust to this nigga. He not adjusting to them. He not trying to change his vernacular, like using bigger words than he normally would use and shit. He making them adjust. And then I realized shit they be saying, and it's supposed to be about dating, I promise you, but somebody brought this fucking riot shit and brought race and ethnicity and shit. I want to say this though. It takes a lot of time of understanding, and you know the Jamaicans love saying learn yourself, learn yourself. That's like the biggest Jamaican saying ever, learn yourself. And that's the most important thing you could do. Oh, you fuck niggas come in when I said Jamaican saying, bitch, get your pussy ass out. I ain't talking about shit. I'd rather talk to myself. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just look at y'all until y'all leave because I feel offended if I keep talking and y'all leave. So I'm gonna just do that. There we go. So they got a Jamaican saying that says, learn yourself, you feel me? And when you truly learn yourself, I heard a guy give up the game one time. A nigga gave up the game and was like, he say, if you ever want to know God, close your eyes, meditate 5 seconds, ask God a question out loud. God, why am I here? And then the answer you hear back, you can't talk verbally. The answer you hear back in your head, that's God. It was the dopest. Oh, Lord, it was so deep. I was like, damn. We always hear that voice in our head. We swear it's our subconscious. That voice is a motherfucker, too. That subconscious, that ear is a motherfucker. But that's God. You want to know what God said? He spoke in your head. He can't speak through your mouth. He speaks directly to you. So, you know, that's what I wanted to say. Like, you know, that knowing yourself. When you know yourself, You know your inner peace, your inner chi, your inner God, and you are more comfortable with who you are when you speak with people. Like they're more comfortable being around you. Nobody want to be around an insecure, unconfident person who don't know themselves. So you always want to know yourself, and that's what I mean by that. You feel me? Like we make mistakes by trying to accommodate people or I want to use that bit word acquiesce ourselves or whatever to their lifestyle. But the reality of it is, you adjust to me. If you come around me, if we working together or whatever the situation that brings our lives into entwinement, then guess what? You adjust to me. I don't have to talk any different than what I currently talk. And even myself, for as extensive as my vocabulary is, I go back and look at my lives and I be like, damn, I sounded ghetto. But that's just me speculating on myself. You feel me? The reality of it is, I know I have an extensive vocabulary and know how to articulate any point I gotta make. Is whether it attaches or not. And I could care less if it attaches because I have to ask myself at some point about this algorithm and say, man, d- is an intellectual black man the trending thing right now? Since when did white guys ever like intellectual black men? I'm talking about this is even right now. Casual white fan likes the most stupidest nigga in the game. That's just a white kid learning from their parent that I can fuck with you, but I don't want to feel like you smarter than me, nigga. Like I ain't never only place white people, and I'm gonna try. Matter of fact, pardon me, because if I start saying white people, I gotta stop saying this N word. So I'm stopping saying N word because I'm tired of saying cracker. And I'm tired of saying nigga. White men respect. All right, let me back up real quick. White women respect white men. That's the first thing. That's very important for to make my point. White women respect white men. If white men respect you, white woman follows the lead of white men. See, the difference between black women and black men is these hoes like who the fuck they like. They don't follow us for shit. We can't get them bitches to follow us for shit. The only female I'm trying to have follow me in life is the little mama behind me. And but the reality is our sisters and mamas don't listen to what the fuck our advice is. They gonna date who they want to date, like who they like, trust who they trust, vote for who they want to vote for. Bitch, I been told my mom not to vote for no Hillary Clinton. Man, my mama went out there and voted for some fucking Hillary Clinton. And that shit was crazy as fuck. That was during the primaries when Hillary was running against, I think, Obama and shit. And I'm like, this pussy hoe out here talking about super predator and shit, and you gonna act like that ain't exist? But that's black women for you. Black women is not finna follow a black man's lead, but a white woman will follow a white man lead, and a white man will follow a black man lead. If that black man has proven himself in academia, in an academic setting, beyond what this white man could do. So, perfect example, when I was in no, I was in statistical reasoning. My professor was a Russian professor, so she kind of had like a language barrier. And I was always a smart aleck when I answer all the questions since grade school. So she said what most teachers would say to a smart aleck. She said, "You want to come up here and teach, explain this point?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And I'm thinking, God damn, she done put me on the spot. And I always hated explaining how I came to the answer to a problem or whatever. So I went up there and that was just God my tongue. I explained the formula perfect. She was not a hater at all. The lady went to clapping her ass off. The class stood up. Everybody all felt good. I'm like, so I say that to say the white guys, particularly this chick from Switzerland, I should have knocked her down. I was an idiot. Anyway, all the bitches want to study with a nigga. I could even motherfuckers who had my humanities class. All of a sudden, females started coming to my house to study with me and like take notes with me, like and write dissertations with me. But I didn't have I came in the class smart. I always thought I was the smartest person in my college class. But once I proved myself over what the white guys could do, all of a sudden the white bitches was flocking. Now, mind you, we talking about two different kind of white women in this world. We talking about dumbass white women or manipulating white men. I'm not gonna call them dumb. Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, they like little stupid niggas. You feel me? So those are what you call advantageous women, or what is a person who always sees in the moment? Opportunists, you feel me? I'm not talking about opportunist white women who, well, first of all, if I was a black guy, I'm a white guy, I don't want to date no black woman that don't like black guys. That's a fact. I would hate to date a person that self-hates their own people. Bitch, I can't trust you. And that's the same thing with a white woman. I ain't never been into a white woman trying to, I remember I met a white girl in 2001. I said, you don't talk like that for real. I fucked myself up on the pussy too. But it wasn't even about that. It was about the point that was bigger. I said, you don't talk like that for real. I do talk like that. I got black friends, this, that, then the third. So we on the phone for about an hour. Her mama finally get home. She said, hold on, babe, hold on. Talking still like a nigga. Fuck around, she done got comfortable, went downstairs. Her mama said something to him. Yes, ma'am. Turned the goddamn Betty Crocker so fuck fast. Auntie Ann. So I'm like, yo, shorty, I thought you said you talk like that for real. I thought you grew up around niggas. So that shit right there is just like self-hate, dog. Like I will, and it's so crazy because I was a homeless teenager before. So when I was in the shelter, one thing about it, two things that bonds people sometimes is money and lack of. If you broke, you bond it. If you rich, you bond it. In between, you all over the fuck place, no bond. So when I was in a shelter, this white girl was in the shelter, and she was a headbanger. I was 15, she was 15. And we went to the Bass Pro Shops. And Bass Pro Shops used to have like this little fishing simulation shit and some like movie theater where you watch like, I don't know, anglers and shit. And me and the white girl hold each other hand the whole movie. Total opposite. I'm talking about I got dreads, young nigga out the hood, this, that. And here she is, skinny, rocking Vans and shit, holes in her jeans, colorful. No, she was a headbanger, but she was gothic. She had all black. So I say that to say, I said to myself, we only dated one day. But I said if I had to date a white woman, it'd be the polar opposite. I don't want no white woman who's searching for her identity issues. That usually spells to me that you didn't have a father. And I think the part where black people get it twisted is we don't understand how tough these white people lives be. No, listen, but I'm not no Daniel Caesar for anybody just coming in the room, not making no excuses for no white people. I'm simply saying as you get older, you start meeting the white kids that mama had five fucking baby daddies and they grew up with their grandma and these crackers got tougher stories than hood niggas. Like they really grew up in trailer parks not having it. You feel me? Daddy beating their mama ass. Molestation, all the shit that niggas go through in the hood. And so it's confusing sometimes because it be like, yo, we got all this separation and shit. But motherfuckers out here really struggling mentally, got real mental issues, and we still find time when we're feeling ourselves to go back and revert the race as being our biggest divide. When in reality, we more closer than we think. Bitch, we all got some fucked up lives and experiences and shit. So that's always been funny to me, though. So that's why I said if I dated a white woman, she got to be authentic and really know. She got to talk like a white girl. Don't that literally you can't just be nobody that's running for your past or hate your daddy or doing something to spite your family. You gotta really be fucking with me and vice versa. If I was a white guy, I want a legit black woman, strong black woman. I want nobody that don't acknowledge black men because she's trying to run away from something like a Candace Owens. Candace Owens is brilliant. I just started listening to Candace Owens. It was so tough to listen to Candace Owens because I was like, this hoe is the biggest sellout, this, that, and the third. And then she made a point about the Jews. And niggas be scared, crackers be scared to talk. You want to see a white person, but I make jokes with black people all the time. I say white people got white people voice. You thought black people know how to put on a fake ass voice? Let a white guy talk to somebody rich or another white man richer. Hey, buddy, hey, he go to talking like he ain't never talked. So when I heard Candace Owens, and she made a point about the Jews and nobody, not Trump, not no, yeah, Trump really impressed me, and I voted for Trump, so I can say this shit. He impressed me when he stand up to them. He ain't gonna stand up to them. I ain't never seen a president stand up to them. You ain't either. So when Candace Owens stood up to them, and she made some logical points. She wasn't talking from no bad stance or nothing. I said, well, what's all the hate this woman get? It can't be, and it could be. I'm saying it can't be, but it could be just off the mere fact she with a white man. But if you just take that out of the equation and you just look at what the point she made, logical reasoning, you say, yo, man, I can't deny this woman. Like this woman speak on some shit that most people scared to speak on. So that's what I mean. Like us getting past what we believe of a person and getting to the meat and potatoes of what's really going on. And so and understanding we more closer than we are apart in our thinking. Uh, that's all I really want to say. I wanted to give dating advice, but nobody came in and asked me dating advice. And last time Coach Dan said Chico is beyond a replacement. So we leave it at that. For anybody to come back, look at the tapes. Y'all take care. God bless.